Hello and welcome to this series on Jenkins beginner tutorial. This is the fifth session and today we are going to see how to create users in Jenkins, how can we control them and how can we assign roles to our users. Today we'll learn how to create new users, how can we configure it, the new roles we can add to Jenkins and how can we assign our users to the roles and how can we control the access of projects on the users. Okay, let us begin, and step 1 will be create new users. Okay, so before that let me start my Jenkins and I'm going to terminal. If you are on Windows, you will go to your command prompt and you will go to the location where your jenkins.war file is. So in my case the jenkins.war file is at desktop tools and Jenkins folder. So I will say java -jar jenkins.war, and if I start it now, it will get started on the default port 8080, and in case I want to change the port I can say hyphen http port and whatever port I want, right? So it will start on that particular port, but as of now let me start it on the default 8080 port. Okay, so this will start my Jenkins on 8080. So let me go to my browser and say localhost 8080, and this should show my Jenkins. So yes, Jenkins is getting ready to work, and yes, I can see my Jenkins now, right? So let me log in with the admin user, and admin user is the default user which is created as soon as you install your Jenkins, and the password you can get it from here, although you will be knowing your admin password, but you can go to manage Jenkins and go to configure system, and here you can see your home directory of Jenkins. So inside your home directory you will have a secrets folder. So in my case my home directory is here inside Jenkins. This is my home directory, and inside the home directory you will have a folder called secrets, and then you will have a file called initial admin password. So you will get your admin password here in case you do not know it, and you can log in with your admin password. Okay, now if you want to create new users in Jenkins, you will have to go to manage Jenkins and then go down, and you can see manage users. Okay, click here and you can see as of now we have only one user, and which is the admin user. So you can go to create user, and now you can give a username. So let me give a username as user1. You can set some password, and you will have to retype your password, and you can give some name. So you can create the user. So user1 is created. Let me create one more user which is user2, and again give some password, retype the password and the name of the user, let us say user2. Okay, uh, okay, I think the password did not match. Let me try it again. Okay, so see, now we have two new users created. Okay, let us try to log in with any of these users. So I'm logging out of the admin. Okay, I'll click on login, and now let me log in with user1. I will give the password and say login. Yes, now I can log in with user1. Okay, so this is how we can create new users, and now step 2 is how do we configure the users. Okay, so what you can do is whenever you will log into your Jenkins, at the top right corner you will get the username whoever has logged in, and besides that there is a drop down and you can go to configure. Okay, now here you come to the configure window of Jenkins for that particular user, and here we can change the username, we can add any description. we can also get the API token for that user, and in the coming sessions we will see how to use it. But as of now, you should know that you can get the API token here, and then you can change your password here. Okay, in case you want to set up any public keys for authentication, you can set it here, and then you can apply and save. So this is how we can configure the users. Okay, uh, so this is user configuration. Now there's an important thing. uh, you can see that the permissions that the admin had, the user one has all that permissions. He can go to manage Jenkins, he can do any changes in the configurations, in any of the, he can manage the plugins and everything. Okay, which is not the ideal scenario. In general, we have roles defined to every users. For example, admin user has all the roles. He can go to the settings, he can configure the system and everything. And then we have different roles. For example, a manager can only be able to view the projects. A developer should be able to view the development projects and do anything with the development projects, but not with any other project. And similarly, a tester should be able to only access the testing projects and not the development projects. Okay, so how can we manage that? So let us see how to manage the roles. So we have to create and manage user roles. Okay, and to do that, we have a plugin called roles strategy plugin. Okay, so go to your browser and say Jenkins role strategy plugin, and the very first site that we get is the role strategy plugin. Okay, so here this is the plugin, and you have all the information how to use this plugin, and we will just see how exactly we can use this plugin. So to get this plugin, there are two ways. You can either go to this page and then get the latest release of this plugin. Click here and you will get a .hpa file downloaded to your system. Okay, so this role strategy.hpi file will get downloaded, and then what you can do is go to your Jenkins home directory, and inside your home directory you will have a folder called plugins. Okay, you can put this HPI file inside this plugins directory and restart your Jenkins. Okay, that is one way. One of the other ways is you can go to manage Jenkins and then you can go to manage plugins. Here we have different sections: updates, available, installed, and advanced. Okay, so you can go to available section. You can type role strategy plugin here, and this plugin will be listed out here, where you can select it and click on download now and install after restart. I'm not getting this here because it is already inside my installed section. So here you will see I already have this installed. So in your case you will find this in the available section. You have to click there and you have to click on download now and install after restart. So you have to restart your Jenkins after this plugin is downloaded. Okay, you can also go to advanced section if you already have downloaded the HPI file, and you can choose the file here and upload it. So these are the ways how you can get this plugin. Okay, so now because I already have this plugin, how do we use it? So one of the things that you have to do very first is go to manage Jenkins and go to configure global security. Okay, so this is install, or I should say download and restart Jenkins, and step 4 is you have to go to configure global security, and then you have to make sure that enable security is checked. Okay, and inside the authorization section, okay, you will now find role based strategy and you have to select this. So this option will only come after the plugin is installed and Jenkins is restarted. You have to click here role based strategy, and now you have to say apply and save. And before I do that, I will log out and log in as an admin. So I will just put it back. I will log out and I will log in as an admin because I want to make all the changes as an admin. Now I'm going to manage Jenkins. I'm going to configure global security, and now I will select this role based strategy and apply and save. Okay, so you have to select inside authorization role based strategy. Okay, now if I log out of admin and I try to log in as a different user, let's say user 1 again, let me log in. And did you notice this? User 1 is missing the overall read permission. So now this user cannot log in and view anything inside Jenkins because now we are using the role based strategy authorization. So how to grant access to this user? Let me again log in with admin. Okay, now I'm going to manage Jenkins, and I will go down and I will go to manage and assign roles, and again you will get this only after you have selected uh, this particular option inside authorization. Okay, so I will go here, and now there are three options: manage role, assign roles, and role strategy macros. So I'll go to the very first one, manage roles. Okay, so as of now you can see there is only one role, admin. So here we have again three sections. One is the global roles, then is the project roles, and then the slave roles. And let us understand what does this mean. So global roles provide us authorization and access on a global level. So let me create a new role here. I can add the role name as employee and add it. Okay, so the employee role is added, and now I can control what access I need to give to this role. So I want that employee should have an overall read access, and then he should also have an overall view access. Okay, and I will just apply it. Okay, now let us come to the project role section, and here what we can do is we can create roles specific to a project. So let me create a role called developer, and here let me say dev.star and add it. What does this mean is a person having a role as developer should be able to access the projects which have their name starting like dev. So dev.star means starting with dev and anything after that. Okay, and I am giving him all the permissions on these type of projects, and he should not be able to view or use any other project. Okay, so let us apply this. Let us also create another role called tester, and for tester I am saying he should be only be able to access the test projects. So I am adding this role again and giving him all the permissions on any project which have names starting like test and anything after that. So let me apply this and save. Okay, so see what we have done is we have created an employee role at a global level, and we have created two roles, developer and tester, at the project level. Okay, and now we have to uh, assign the roles to our users. Okay, so we created two users, user 1 and user 2. So now again in the assign roles you have global roles and project roles. So let me add our user 1 to the global roles and also user2 to the global roles. Okay, now user1 and user2 are added and both of them are employees. So I will say user1 falls under employee role and user2 also falls under employee role. Okay, and I will apply. Okay, now let us come to the project roles. Okay, here again I will add my users. I will add user1 and I will add user2. Okay, but user1 is a developer, so I will assign him developer role, and user2 is a tester, so I will assign him tester role. Okay, and apply and save. Okay, so now we have created roles and we have assigned roles to our users. So let me go back. Okay, and let us see, let me just uh, delete these projects. Okay, now I will create new projects and let me give a name called dev project 1 as a freestyle project, and I'm just saving it. And let us also create another project, test project 1 freestyle. Okay, and save it. Okay, so see, now we have three projects, and out of these three, one is the dev project and another one is the test project. So you remember we have given our user one as a developer role, and developer can only view and access the projects which have names starting like dev, and tester can access the projects which have names starting like test. So let us now validate that. I'm logging out as an admin and I will log in as user one. Login, and yes, see, now this particular user can only see the dev project and not any other project, and also he does not have any access to the manage Jenkins menu, so he cannot change the settings. Let us log out. Let us log in with user 2, and our user 2 should only be able to view the test projects because he's a tester and we have assigned him test role. Okay, and yes, he can only view the test project and he cannot go to manage Jenkins. Okay, so this is how we can create new users, manage users, assign role, and control the authorization and authentication in Jenkins. Hope you like it. Thank you.